everyone. Welcome to my Apple Podcast. My name is Tim Brown, your host. For this episode, I'm going to focus on Automator, an application that is available on your Mac computer that enables you to automate your workflows. Basically, it duplicates every function that you can do on your computer and sort of centralizes it in one location. So for the purpose of this podcast, I'm going to switch video recording modes and take you over to the video screen capture for the remainder of this podcast. Okay, I'm now recording my computer screen here, and I'm going to go ahead and pull up Automator. And this is what it looks like right away. We're just going to go ahead and set up a workflow to begin with. I'm going to cover 5 things, combining Word documents to begin with. Again, that's a pretty basic function. You can copy and paste text into a document if you like, or if you want to have an even easier workflow, you can do it through Automator. So what I'm doing here is I'm dragging a Word document, 1 of 3 Word documents, to the workflow stage here. And I'm going to add the other 2 documents that I have in this folder here to make a single document. So now I'm going to add another function here, combine Word documents. And then you're going to go up to the top right corner and you're going to click Run. And it's going to generate an action that will then combine all 3 documents. And when the workflow is complete, a Word document will appear. There's the first page, there's a second page, there's a third page. So you now have one document with all 3 documents combined. Okay, let's go to the next workflow that I want to recommend. That's converting PDFs to images. Again, there are other ways to do this. Basically, Automator duplicates all the functions that you can normally do on your computer through each application. Here you can do them in one centralized location. So you're going to select PDFs in the left column, and then you're going to drag your PDF to the stage. The left column is where all your actions are. Then you're going to go ahead and select PDF to images. Again, you can drag it to the stage or double click. And I'm going to go ahead and designate where I want the images to go. I have it for desktop right now. I'm going to go ahead and send them to that folder that I have set up. I'm actually going to go ahead and create a new folder, and I'm just going to call it PDF to images. I'm going to click Run to initiate the command. Okay, that's complete. Now let's go and grab the folder that I created. And what you will see, there's now a separate file for each page in the PDF document. It originally was a document of 20 some odd pages. Each one had an image. Now it has a separate image or a separate file for each one. Okay, let's get rid of those. Let's try another workflow. PDFs to text documents. What I'm going to do is pull up my folder here, and I'm going to drag my document to the workflow stage. And then I'm going to double click on Extract PDF Text. Again, you can drag or double click it. Zoom in here a little bit. You can actually add headers and footers to the new text document that you're going to create from the PDF if you like. I'll just go ahead and just add my Apple Podcast just for fun. And let's go ahead and issue the run command. to generate this new workflow. And I just saved it to the desktop, so I'm just going to go ahead and retrieve the file on the desktop, and it is now a text document. And now I have an edited document, or an editable document, that I can now work on from the PDF. Okay, let's get rid of this workflow and let's try another one. How about creating thumbnail images? And that can be time consuming if you're going to do it manually through an application. Automator does it automatically for you. And that's great, especially if you have images on a website and you just want people to click on a thumbnail to see the original image. So you're going to go to Photo in the left-hand column of the Actions panel. And you're going to grab your folder where the images are, and you're going to drag each image to the workflow stage. And once you've done that, you're then going to click on Create Thumbnails. Again, you can drag it or double click it. It says Create Thumbnail Images. You have 3 sizes. I'm going to choose the largest size here. And you click the Run command, and it will basically send those thumbnail images to the same folder as the original images. So let's go and grab our folder. Go to the Automator folder. I have a folder set up here called Images, and as you can see, we now have an image that corresponds with each of the other images. So here's the large image, and here is the thumbnail image. Okay, to wrap up, I'm going to do one more workflow for you. Again, there are many things you can do with Automator, so I'll give you time to play around with it. But let's go ahead and get rid of the previous workflow here. We're now going to convert a text to an audio file. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here. What you're going to do is you're going to begin by selecting Get Specified Text, and it's going to set up a little field in the top right. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this text file that I set up as a script for this podcast. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste that text into the specified field on my workflow stage. Okay, after that, I'm going to go ahead to the left-hand column again, and I'm going to select Text to Audio. Again, you can drag or double click, and you have all the different voices to choose from. I'm going to choose Alex, which is the standard voice, and then I'm going to specify where I want the file to be saved. And I'll just go ahead and save it as Alex. Run the command, and that will send an AIFF file to the designated folder. Let's go ahead and play this file real quick.
Using Automator for quick and easy tasks. 1. Combine Word documents aside from the simple copy and paste function in Microsoft Word.
There you have it. Well, I hope you learned a little bit more about Automator. You can visit Apple's website to learn more. And I will also follow up with some future tutorials on how to use Automator in more detail. Thanks a lot. See you next time.